Peace be upon you all. Peace. So, today we're going to talk about how the devil causes dissension among spouses and believers in general, and humans in general, but specifically believers because Satan will always try messing with the morale of believers. Because once believers are close to each other like a pack of wolves that are strong, the Shaytan gets scared. So that's when Shaytan will use his little tricks to cause dissension among believers so their morale decreases and they just become weaker. So, yeah, it's very unfortunate. Tell my believing servants to say only what is best. Satan certainly seeks to sow discord among them. Satan is indeed a sworn enemy to mankind. And so we can see here that Satan enjoys dissension among believers or discord. So, anytime you're arguing with a believer, we have problems with a believer, honestly, keep yourself in check. Remind them that it's all Satan that's doing this. You know? Don't even argue about who's right, who's wrong. Just remind them that Satan is causing dissension. That's how you stop it. Once you realize who's making the mess, truly, then it's like, yeah, we got it covered. No, the Shaitan will also cause dissension to spouses. Yes, spouses. Because one of the strong values of a community is a strong family pack, you know? So, of course, Satan will try to cause dissension with, the family, right? And sometimes people can even interfere to really induce that, you know? They could use black magic to like separate people, you know? And this is true, so like it goes all the way back to Babylon with Harut and Marut, ancient Babylon. And you can see that a lot of the black magic, or just magic in general, traces back to Babylon. So this is all legit, you know? Alright, so let's carry on then. Let's go to chapter 2, verse 102. And yeah. So they instead follow the magic promoted by the devils during the reign of Solomon. Never did Solomon disbelieve, rather the devils disbelieved. They taught magic to the people, along with what they have been revealed to the two angels, Harut and Marut, in Babylon. The two angels never taught anyone without saying, "We are only a test for you, so do not abandon faith." Yet people learned that caused a rift between husband and wife, although their magic could not harm anyone except by Allah's will. They learned what harmed them and did not benefit them, although they already knew that whoever buys into magic would have no share in the hereafter. Miserable indeed was the price for which they sold their souls, if only they knew. So yeah, essentially what we can read from here is that the two angels had skills in like magic, right? So people learned from them, but they were the angels just said like, we're a test for you. Don't abandon your faith. And God says how like they knew that if anyone does this magic, they won't have a share in the hereafter. So this is very, very like devious, very devious thing to do. And one of the one of the like things like it's so specific, like a man is being separated from the wife. Like out of all the things, that could have been mentioned in this verse regarding magic, that specific thing, men being separated from wife. That's interesting to me. So you really kind of see here how the devil like promotes this kind of magic, separating man from wife. Like that's what the devil wants. And just the devil's like wants to cause dissension in general, from what we read in chapter 17 verse 53. Now what's interesting is that there's even other kinds of black magic where you can even like some people do black magic to kind of force the idea on people's head to like marry me. So there's like this one guy who did black magic to force this woman to marry him. Like forcing ideas and like traumatizing the person. So there's like actually a local story which is very interesting place. Quebec. This thing actually occurred, right? So there was a local story. The story is called The Possession of Barbara Haley, right? So basically, this guy gets rejected by this woman. He gets mad, he reacts mad. It was a fair rejection, it wasn't rude at all. He gets mad. People say he's connected to this, right? And they found out he was guilty. He was doing black magic, and some say he could have also conspired with, is that the word? What's a better word? Like, he also spoke with local witches, to kind of put this black magic. So then, you could read the story. I'll send it in the description. So then she just gets tormented with these visions. Like, I'm talking visions, not good visions. Like demonic visions. And then evil thoughts and tormented by these devils. I mean, they're basically jinns. So this is basically jinn possession. What's happening with the Christians in the story. But this is literally just jinn possession. And what you'll notice is people are in jinn possession. They will get evil thoughts in their head, and it make them all depressed and coping, and also just having evil spirits around them. Sometimes they could even see the evil spirits. Sometimes they have bad dreams, bad visions, and it just it torments them, right? It torments them. It blocks them away from doing things that are good for them, and separates them from what's good. So, like it could kind of say like, you could kind of say like, when someone has jinn possession, they're like won't be in the mood to like spend much time with the Quran as they should be, because they're having all these evil thoughts, and it's like, oh, I can't even focus in the Quran, so why bother? This is evil thoughts. Because actually, you need to go to the Quran. That's what heals you. You're not supposed to keep just thinking and drowning in your bad thoughts, you know? So, yeah. And I mean, this kind of like black magic too can also kind of overlap with the chapter 2, verse 102. Because let's say someone does a black magic like this, like a love spell, it can lure the person away from who they're actually destined to be with, right? Well, God knows best. Like, you couldn't even lure someone away from their actual like wife or actual husband. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Um, I've seen these kind of things, so it's intriguing. This is actually I can confirm this is true. Like these kind of like it's a local story, but like I've seen these kind of things from other people, and then it's just like, oh yeah, I've seen these things from other people, and it's confirmed in the Quran in chapter 2, verse 102. That there's this type of black magic out here. So yeah, just stay close to your prayers. Have as much God conscious as you can. Keep serving God, and then God willing, you'll be safe from this kind of stuff. Even when the magicians tried to mess with Moses, God was like, "Oh, if you have God consciousness and you have faith in me, then you won't be affected by this magic." So yeah, that's what all it comes down to. That's all it comes down to. And then we also see like in the story, by the way, back to the story. There was some popes, or not popes, priests who had to, do exorcism, right? They had to do exorcism. And yeah, like they did exorcism, and they ended up healing this person, right? Their jinn possession was gone, essentially. Well, in the end of the day, as long as you're close to the Quran, and also the more you believe that you have this condition, you're gonna keep having it, right? So you have to also kind of manifest yourself away from that, and then also stay close to the Quran, and protect yourself with faith. Even the person in the story who was possessed was like coping with her faith, right? And then she eventually got healed. So that's just how it is. That's just how it is. And the devil can also cause dissension with your brothers too, like your brothers in faith, your sisters in faith, right? The devil can use past things against you, not giving you the, luring you away from mercy and forgiveness and pardoning people and promoting good, you know? The devil can cause hate between people, and the devil likes to cause dissension between believers too. So, that's really an issue. That's really an issue. Because when the believers are together, the believers are really strong. They're really strong. So of course the devil would try to mess with, us like that. So let's take a look at Surah Al-Hujurat, chapter 49. And if two groups of believers fight each other, then make peace between them. But if one of them transgresses against the other, then fight against the transgressing group until they submit to the rule of Allah. If they do, then make peace between both, in all fairness, and act justly. Surely Allah loves those who uphold justice. The believers are but one brotherhood, so make peace between your brothers, and be mindful of Allah, so you may be shown mercy. So, as we could see here, in Surah Al-Hujurat, it gives us the information to act accordingly if we're ever in this type of situation, where there is such a major dissension between our groups, where people are now fighting each other, you know? So this is how you take this verse and use it in the real world. This is when you have to use this verse to judge. So, yeah, the believers are but one brotherhood. So, Shaytan will try any way to cause dissension, because the more there's dissension within the group, the lower morale people have. That's just how it is. But when everyone has high morale, then things will work out. So this is what you have to keep in mind. As for the disbelievers, they are guardians of one another, and unless you act likewise, there will be great oppression and corruption in the land. So of course, Shaitan will try to cause ascension, because he wants there to be corruption and oppression in the land. And honestly, we believers need to do better. Not better, better. We need to do better. Because there is corruption in the world. That means we're not working together as close as we should. So we need to do better. And then, on top of that, there is, what's it called? Not only that, but we need to be as united, and we have to be like a pack. We have to be like a pack of wolves, you know? So the united we are, the stronger we are. And if you ever find yourself being tempted by evil, remember the verse in chapter 7 verse 20, where it says, if you are tempted by Satan, then seek refuge with Allah. Surely He is all hearing,